Yellow, what's up, guys? So, uh, as you can see here, I have the Polyend Mess. I was looking on YouTube and I noticed that there is very few videos of this unit. Most of them are by Polyend, and there's a couple influencers that actually got the product and was able to demonstrate its capabilities early, but I feel like I'm one of the first people to get one of the units because I've been harassing the Sweetwater guy for the past 3 months, uh, just checking in for updates and when it will be in, and it finally arrived. So I figured, why not upload this to my YouTube channel, and maybe I'll get a few clicks and likes here. As you can see, I have the OB6 and the Moog Matriarch in the same shot. That is being handled by my camera phone, which obviously isn't the best quality, but I feel like it'll get the job done, and kind of you'll get a feel for what I'm doing here. Essentially, you can see the Chroma console and the Mess, but I'm going to mainly be focusing with the Polyend Mess. And one of the main reasons I got this unit was for I have the Moog Matriarch, and I love this thing. Absolutely adore it. The only thing I don't particularly like, well, it's like a gift and a curse, I guess you could say, is being able to kind of control it and keep stuff in tempo, and not be so like random with things, I guess you could say. It's very hard to sync the LFOs. It's I don't know. It's just been giving me a hard time being able to sync stuff up with it, and that's probably more on my end than it is on Moog's end. I'm still kind of new to all this stuff, so I really wanted to get something if I want like a filter to kind of go in like a rhythm, and kind of be on time. This is going to kind of handle those situations, and just overall, I feel like it's a really cool idea. I love multi-effect pedals. As you can see, and out of the shot, I have a Space Echo Boss RE202. I have 4 pedals altogether. I have the TC Electronic Third Dimension. It's just a cheap $100 mono pedal. I use that with my Korg MS-20, and then I have the Boss unit, and then the Polyend, and then the Chroma console. I love these two. These are probably my 2 favorite out of the 4. They just have tons of character, and it'll probably take me years to kind of use all of the features that these things have. This is still on version 1.0 as we speak. I just looked to see if there was any firmware updates, and there isn't. So we're going to every video I've seen so far, I think there was one video where a guy was playing a synth. I forget the guy's name. Apologize if you see this video. It was a great video. It was very informative, but I figured let's just play a little bit on the Matriarch. I am a horrible player, so if you're gonna like rag me for something, let it be that. I have rheumatoid arthritis so bad in my hands. That's why I mainly draw in MIDI anymore. But I can at least hit a couple notes and just kind of get at least a feel or a vibe for some of the stuff that maybe you guys did not hear. On the Matriarch, all I have set up is I have an Expression, a Roland EV5 going up to the Expression pedal CV, and then I have that coming out into the utility section, and then going from the utility section up into the I forget what these things are called. If you know the name of it, let me know in the comments. I know the name of it. I just can't remember it off by heart. But essentially, it's just tripling the signal, and I have him going into the filter. Very, very normal thing to do. Let me turn that spacing up. We are going to adjust stuff on the Matriarch and on the Mess. So yeah, let's just kind of get started. So that's the dry signal. Now I'm going to just come in here, and there's a couple things that I really liked in this. And one of them was it's spectralizer. I think that was. Yes. Spectralizer. It's a effect, and it has a ability. I think it's like I'm not even really sure what it is, but on the panel it has the effect. You can choose between screamer, expander. It's only got 2, and then it has a tune. You can actually tune the effect. So I'm just gonna go up 12 because I feel like that gives it the best sound. And then it has a warp, and I'm not exactly 100% sure what the warp does. I mean, I guess you could say that it just warps the sound, but let me double check to make sure this isn't. So now we have it on. So the warp like just adjusts the effect. It just gives you a different tone. And I think it adjusts it via the where you're at in the frequency spectrum. So like if you have it on a lower number, it will affect like the lower register of the frequency spectrum. And if you have it up higher, let's go down. Let's go down 12. Let's see. So that's the spectralizer. Sounds super cool. Let's go. You got a micro looper, and so that's cool. It's got a slope to it, and it says, I know you can't really see the screen here, but on the slope it says -3. So I'm gonna guess, I'll have to check to see. I'm not really good at, like, I don't have perfect pitch, so I can't tell if that's going down 3 cents. It kind of sounds like it's going down 3 octaves, but I could be wrong. And then it has. Now, for some reason, whenever I turn this knob, it is hitting MIDI notes. I don't know why. So I have this on MIDI channel 16 and the Matriarch on MIDI channel 1. So it definitely should not be doing that. I don't know if that is a thing. Let me try something here. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's what it's supposed to be doing. Let's bring the slope up. Let's bring the slope up to +2, I'm sorry. And let's bring the speed up. No, that's weird. The speed isn't adjusting. Yeah, so I don't know why with FL Studio. That's the DIW I chose. Don't ask me why I chose it for outboard gear, but I did. I've been experiencing a ton of issues with outboard gear with it. I think they completely just said, we're not going to do anything to help anybody with external outboard gear whatsoever, because it's kind of had the same architecture for outboard gear for like way too long. But yeah, we'll work through it. So that was the micro looper. Another thing I really like is the pitch shifter. Obviously you have 4 tracks here, so you can make like a makeshift, it's like a makeshift sequencer. And let's go up 12. And it's got, the effect is textural, and then the quality you can change it to like from 100% being the best, I would guess. And then let's bring it the whole way down to 0. Let's do a 5th. So yeah, it's definitely got some super cool like effects, like stuff I've never heard before in a DAW or really anywhere. But it's got some like quirky features, and honestly, I personally believe that most of my problems are with FL Studio, not with so much Polyend. Which I don't have. I have it connected up via USB-C, just for like the ability to kind of keep things in sync. But I plan on getting something that does the clock externally. I really want to get something. I mean, this thing has the ability to do that, and I thought about just kind of making this the clock, the main clock, but I don't know how that would really work, feeding this signal into like multiple things. I just don't know if that would work all that great. If there's anybody that has any ideas on my setup and being able to clock it, relatively decent with FL Studio, I would love to hear your input, because I am so bad with like the internals of like MIDI CCs and all that stuff. I don't know why. I just can't wrap my head around all that stuff. What else we got? We got pitch shifter. We got a filter. Another gripe that I have, and I guess it's really not that big of a deal because you can just buy the cable, but it has one stereo input and then two outputs that I think are mono. I would think that they're mono. But it's a stereo unit. But I just don't know why Polyend did not just add an extra whole 1/4 connector for 2 lines. I had to drive to Guitar Center and get a Y cable, because I really like stereo. As you can see, I like stereo effects. I think that every guitar pedal should be in stereo, and just double as a mono unit, just have like the left side run mono. But that's just me, and I get it that people are trying to save money or whatever, but I feel like you would just make so much more money opening that portal up to synth players and people that want to run stuff just in their DAW as effects. That's a huge market, and it's only growing. But that's just my personal opinion. And we are on the formant filter right now, and there's you have O, I, the normal stuff that the normal vowels, E, A, E, I, O, U, I think, yeah. And then you have the resonance, and you can't really hear this. Let's do the effect. And you can drive the effects, which I really like, and then just turn like the input down super quick. Let's do something simple. Let's turn the speed down. See, the speed works good for this one. So you don't really hear that one too much. And that's the high shelf. Let's try the low shelf. And another thing, whenever you switch the filters, it changes, it like kind of erases this. Not sure why it does that. I mean, I guess it would be nice to be able to have the ability to go into the menu and change that, so that if you keep this the sequence at a, you know, a different or a certain design or whatever, it just kind of holds that. And I noticed sometimes when you click these, they don't stay on. They'll kind of go off. I don't know. It's weird. See, I don't hear the effect at all. I don't know why. I have the mix the whole way up. I have the input, you know, relatively up. So it should be hitting that filter. And yeah, so there's that filter just doesn't work. I don't know why. It's a low shelf, so it should be working. Should be able to hear it. Shelf a little bit there. You can hear the formant. Let's go to bandpass. Okay, so we can hear the bandpass. Let's go to okay, so that was weird. You couldn't hear it before, but then all of a sudden it just started working. Okay, so we got some distortions. I really like the distortion. This is Redux. So obviously that's changing like the bit rate, and it's got a tone. Let's try. So that is cool. I like that. I like that. Let's do some bit crushing. Should we add some bucket brigade delay? I think so. That sounds so good. We got an exciter. Some ping pong. Alright. We're back in the filter section. The panning. It was another effect that I couldn't really hear all that well. Let me turn this delay off. So let's bring the amount up. This is drift. And then the frequency, let's do like, let's bring it up to like 4.10 hertz. So I like this because it has like, obviously you can keep it in time, so you can get like a nice bouncing ping pong style thing going on. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna go to a new one. I want to go. We haven't really heard any like delays or reverbs yet, so let's go to chamber. So this one's wash. I'm gonna bring the they have a filter gain. I'm gonna guess this is for like the low end. I'm just gonna bring it down -5. Let's bring the decay time about 77. Let's see what the secondary controls are. We got effect mix. That's 50%. Effect gain. I like to bring the gain up like at least a couple dBs. It just seems to like drive it and bring out that sound a little bit better. Now that's a very usable sound right there. Let's just get a little bit of pulse width modulation going. Now this one's here is soda, so I'm guessing it's they like did something with a soda can maybe. I don't know. Let's bring up the filter gain so we can get some like low end out of this, because I'm sure that's probably gonna help bring out that effect. Effect gain, okay, all that stuff. Yeah, let's bring up the mix to like 60. That's nice. All right, what do we got? What else we got here? Soda. This one's called Pretty. This one actually has a pre-delay. So let's bring the pre-delay up so we can get that about 45. Decay. I know some of these, if you hit it, it'll just keep going if you have the decay time up like the whole way. So if that's like something that some guys love that. I think it's a little too much sometimes. Switch this filter over into series, and we'll adjust that. So that's Pretty. This is Blur. I got another filter frequency cut off, so let's just bring this down to like 310 hertz. Filter gain. Do like 3. Effects mix. I like how it kind of saves the same settings between reverbs. So if you're just kind of looking for a different flavor once you have it set. is very nice. Let's do some rhythm with that. So essentially I have the pan on the opposite hits of the reverb, so it's kind of doing like its little panning drift. Let's change it from a sine wave to a square. So, desk job. Let's bring the decay time. Super cool. Okay. It's got the egg. The hall reverb has so many different like things. It's so cool. It's so freaking cool. I think after a couple firmware updates and just getting things kind of squared away, this effect unit's gonna sell like a synth would. Just because it's just got so much in it, and like the ability to do this, I can't believe it hasn't been thought of before, but they just did such a good job. The knobs, everything just feels super solid. It's the only, and this is just a really minor gripe, I wish whenever you're at a filter, it didn't have like the clicking. You could just freely like kind of move it without the clicks, if that makes sense. Each one of these knobs, except the input and the mix, clicks. So these two here, these are four, whenever you turn them, they click, and sometimes you'll be up on the filter, and it's nice to be able to get like kind of like a precise number, I guess you could say. It does jump, but just to be able to smoothly control the filter if you wanted to, like while you're playing or whatever, would just be a nice feature. I guess you could probably set that up with a pedal, expression pedal or whatever, but I don't know. Just minor gripes, not a huge deal. Polyend did an amazing job with this unit. Let's just do, I should have just did one out of each section. I'm gonna kind of do that. This is the plate reverb and the phone effect. Let's bring the decay up. Let's turn it. Let's bring this. that's kind of crazy. That's the slap on the plate. Now the pre-delay's up a whole way. Let's bring us down. That is definitely some weird stuff. Now this is the room club. You hear that? That sounds pretty cool. We got a garage. So this is room stuff. Metallic. Now that's one of those ones that if you have the decay time up the whole way, it'll just keep going. I think that would sound really good with a guitar. It's just got that guitar. This one is called Laters. Kind of has like a trash can. Let's go this way. Here's a warped verb. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Super cool. This one is black. It's still under the warp verb. Dysfunction. There's some analog delays. Let's do a 16th, and let's do a long one. Do a half. See, you can tempo sync this delay on here, the diffusion section of the Chroma console, but it's just, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I would really wish they would have like cut up this part out here and added like a little screen. I just need a little bit, because like these flashing lights here, although they're good indicators, it's sometimes you're just not sure. You're trying to like make sure things are in sync, and it's just really hard to tell. Here, there's no doubt about it that that's a half, and that's a 16th, and you just know where everything is, and it's just nice. There's some magnetos. Some of these don't have the ability to sync. Some of them are just kind of like with like milliseconds. And this magneto is one of them. And you could probably do let's see if we can make it have like a coursing. So it goes down to 10 milliseconds. So we'll put one on 10, and then we'll put the other one on like 15 or 20. You get a little bit. Not really. I'm sure if I messed with it, I could probably get it too. Alright, what else we got here? We got this one's called Streets. Let's get some feedback going. That's pretty cool. Now there's a way to make it go from like series to parallel to like dual parallel or something like that. I haven't messed with that yet, and I'm not going to, because I have to look at the manual to see how we do that. But that opens up a ton of possibilities also. We got Void. This one you can sync. Let's try this Ghost Town. That's cool. I can kind of do that with the Space Echo, but still, it's tempo synced. You're able to do it. It's the effect dancer under the multi-tap delay. There's a bunch of different ones. So this is space time. It sounds kind of like there's like a delay and a reverb. So if you're kind of wondering what the Chroma console kind of sounds like with it. Let's just kind of turn this on. I'm gonna turn the delay. I'm just gonna use the movement and the texture. Gonna add some drive. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, probably having all four of these going, plus all four of these would just be overkill. But if you just take like one or two from each, you know, kind of combine them together tastefully, you can probably get some like endless possibilities. You can probably get some stuff that you've never heard of before and would be very hard to do inside of a DAW. At least, you know, it would take some time instead of just pushing a couple buttons and you're already there. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you guys want more videos, if you want me to try it with the MS-20 or the OB6, let me know. I'll do it. This video is already almost an hour long, so I just didn't want it to be crazy. If there's like anything you guys want to see or know, just let me know. I'll try to do it. But I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and peace.